Welcome to this game development stream in which we are using GDevelop 5, and in this video we are going to be writing some scripts in our server, and in this video we have to write some script, this one, a script to fetch the game values from the database. So we have stored players values in the database, and by values I mean the values which are used in the game. For example, points, coins, attack power, and health upgrade cost, and all these. So we have to fetch these values from the database, and so let's make this script. Let me create a new file and save it as, I will save it as fetch game values.php. Okay, and now from our previous file just copy these statements, all these, copy it and paste them here, and you can close the php tag. Okay, and we have to check if the request that we have received is of type post or not, and then we have to put the else part also of this request. Yeah. Okay, here now what values will be received in this script? We will be receiving only username and password. So let me do that. Let me uh, type the statement for fetching username and password from our post variables, and then we will sanitize them, and then we will remove unwanted spaces from these values. Okay, that looks good, and now we will check if these values are empty or not. So using these two statements, and that's good. I will put the password at the bottom just to keep it symmetrical. Okay, that's good. And now I will put the condition to which it checks whether these values were empty or not, and which is this condition. Just copy till the else and paste it, and then close the else. And after this else has closed, you can just echo the response. No, you can echo the response before this else has closed. Yeah. Okay, before this else closes, you can echo our response. And actually we will put our code in this else only. So now we have to hash the password. I have to open a connection to the database. Let me indent it properly. So yeah, that looks good. And after this we have to log the user in. I mean, just verify their username and password. So I will do this and just paste it here. Right, indent it. Okay, and now we will also copy this condition and paste it here and close it also and put an else part. In the else part we will just write, oh there is no else part, so remove the else part for this. Okay, in the if we have verified the user successfully from these using these statements, then we will finally fetch the values from the database. And to fetch the values we have to use the select command. So you can just copy the select command from here and just paste it. And so in this select statement we have selected star, and star means select all the columns, right? And you can do it this way also, and just select all the columns, and in your response variable you will have to say success is equal to true, and response message is equal to game values fetch can be a good message, but this will be a good message for the programmer and not the user. But anyway, we will not show them this message, we will just show them the values which we have fetched. And now let me show you what values we are going to be fetching. So we will fetch points, coins, bullet firing cooldown, attack power, stage 1 unlock, stage 2 unlock, max health, health upgrade cost, damage upgrade cost, attack speed upgrade cost, health upgrade indicator animation number, damage upgrade indicator animation number, attack speed upgrade indicator animation number, and that's it. These are the columns which we will put inside our response variable. Our response variable can have as many fields as we want. So in the response variable, this is the variable, okay, and this is a field inside the variable. It is a field, okay, and this is again our same response variable, and this message is a different field inside the variable. And when we will use our function JSON encode, then JSON encode takes these types of variables, and by these types of variables I mean variables who have different fields inside them. JSON encode function takes these variables and converts them into a JSON object, right? So you can say that we are preparing our $response variable in such a way that it acts like a JSON object, right? So we can, inside this response variable, we can add as many fields as we want, and our JSON encode function will very conveniently encode that whole thing into JSON format, and with the echo function we will send it to the client, right? That's what will happen. So even though we have not explicitly defined that how many fields our response variable will have, we can make these fields on the go. We don't have to define them in the beginning that okay, our response variable has 15 fields or 10 fields and these are the fields. We can make them wherever we want in the program. So that's a good thing. So now I will write the names of all my fields which are important in the game. We have fetched all the columns from the database, but I don't want to send all the columns to my user, right? In $response variable I am putting only those messages and those data that I want to send to the user. I do not want to send them their user ID or password or username, because they know their username. Why will I send them? And I don't want to send them record creation time, because they don't have anything to do with that. In this case, in this fetch game values script, what they want is their values, points, coins, all the values which are used in the game, which we have saved in our database. So that's what I will do now. Now first value was points. So now these two messages are just those messages. I mean, they are hard type. We have just typed a message in our response variable, right? And it got saved in the response variable. But here we cannot type anything. Like, this should be a value that was fetched from the database. So we have not done that kind of thing yet. So let me show you how it is done. You can use a different kind of approach in order to do this. But before that, I can see that I have not executed the script. So let me execute it first. And this is the command to execute the script. Let me copy this and paste it here. And instead of, I will just cut this, and instead of this, I will put this. Yeah, so that's looking good. And now there is a statement in PHP. So there is a statement $row PHP PDO, and I mean, it's not a statement, but it's a fetch statement which you can put in a variable. Let me show you. You can do it like this, and in this while statement, but there is a better way to do it. Let me just see that. Yeah, there it is. This is a simpler method. I will just copy that, and here where I have successfully executed the statement, I will put this. And this is a while statement. You don't have to put the while statement, because we are only going to fetch one row. Right? And so I think that should work. So row is an associative array of all the columns which have been fetched from the database, and we have to access that associative array. So let's access it now. What we wanted to store our points in our points field in the response variable. So you can do this row points, right? I think that's correct. We will see that. I hope it is. And this points string is the exact same name which is present in the database. This name of the column and this string should be same, and then you will be able to fetch that column from the database. So I have to do it for all the other things too. Let me do that for coins. And attack power, bullet firing cooldown, okay. And similarly for all the other columns. So I will do that. I will pause the recording. I will do that and resume it again. So now I have done that, I have written in my response variable, I have created all these different fields which correspond to these columns, and I have also, you know, taken my row array, row associative array, and accessed the respective columns from this row array by typing in the name of the column. So that's how I am accessing. First of all, I am uh, declaring this row variable using this statement stmt fetch, and what this statement does is that it fetches an associative array from the result which the SQL statement has received, and it has received that result from the database, right? It has received some uh, columns, right? It can also receive different rows also. You can write a statement in such a way that it receives multiple rows and all their columns, and in that case this will become a double dimensional array, this row array. But in this case this is just a single dimensional array, so we are able to access it just like that. Just type the points string and you can access the points column, right, which was accessed from the database. So I hope it works. As far as I remember, this is the correct way to do it, but we will just execute it and see if it works. So I have taken these variables, created fields in my response variable, and at the end I am simply echoing the response variable to the user. So now we can test this script, right? So let's test it and see if it works or not. So for that I will have to first push the changes to my GitHub. Let me do that. So it has done pushing. Let me open Heroku. I will also open Postman to send post request. So just now something was deployed, and that's what we deployed right now actually. So let's test our script. In Postman I will create a new tab, and I will copy my address of my server and paste it here and change the name of the script, fetch game values, and it is a post request, so I will have a body. But we will send a username and we will also send password. That's all that's all we will send, right? Username will be figure 1 because we want to fetch the values for figure 1, and his password is actually bunny password. So password is bunny password, and let's see if our script gives us his game values. Oh yeah, you can see that our script fetched the game values, points, coins, attack power, bullet firing cooldown, stage 1 unlock, stage 2 unlock, max health, health upgrade cost, damage upgrade cost, attack speed upgrade cost, health upgrade indicator animation number, damage upgrade indicator animation number, attack speed upgrade indicator animation number. So that's good. So I think we have fetched all the max health was not there. No, it was there. Okay. So cool. That's cool. Our script is working. And now let's now focus on making some other script also. So the next script which we have to make is a script to fetch the local leaderboard of the user. Two users above the user and two users below the user. And how will we decide above and below? We will decide above and below on the basis of points. So whoever will have more points will be above, and whoever will have less points will be below, right? So let's make this script. I will create a new file and I will save it as uh, a fetch local leaderboard.php. Fetch local leaderboard.php, right? So first of all we have to copy these two lines, and then maybe you can close the PHP tag, and then we have to again check whether it is a post request or not, and then close this bracket, and also get the else part of this post request checking statement. And inside, what will we receive in our post request? We will receive just again username and password and nothing else. So let me just copy this whole thing and all the way till here. You can also copy all the way till here because you have to log in also, but it will become very confusing. So just first copy this block, right? And after this, copy this condition till the else command, and you can close the else command, but inside the else command is where we will write our main code. Main code is, first of all, we are going to log the user in, I mean check their credentials, whether the correct user is accessing our server or some other, or if the user is not authentic, right? Let me just copy this till here, from the hashing the password to SQL command to login. Just copy all this and paste it simply, right? So that's good. And here again we will type this command to fetch something from the database. Yeah, so we have to close the if statement. Yeah, now that's better. Okay, this looks good to me. Hmm. Hmm. Okay, that looks good. That looks good. So what will we fetch? We have to fetch many things here. We have to fetch basically, well, um, users whose score is greater than the score of the current user, and users whose score is less than the score of the current user, less than or equal to. That we need some variables here. First of all, we need user score. What is the score of the user who is requesting the list? This variable will hold the score of the user requesting the list, right? I will now check something. No, but that will be not very good. In order to do this, I think we will have to arrange our arrange our data in ascending order or descending order uh, using the points field. I guess. And let me check if SQL has a command to limit the number of rows which we have filled. Fetch limited number of rows. MySQL. Let me type MySQL also. I think there is a statement to retrieve only a fixed number of rows in MySQL. Okay. We can also do it in this way, and I think that will be the kind of only way to do it. I think we will fetch the points, I mean, first of all, username and profile picture points. These three columns from all the users. We'll fetch these three from all the users, right? Yeah. And then we will store it in uh, in an array. Similarly how we did it here, uh, using this statement $rows equal to stempty fetch. But this time it will also be a multi-dimensional array. So let me see that uh, fetch statement php pdo. Fetch all rows. So I can use this statement instead to fetch all the rows, I guess. Yeah. So first of all, let me paste that, and I will just type whatever is written there. Video. You don't have to put this backslash because video is working without the backslash in our code, so you don't have to put the backslash. Fetch a sock. You can delete all that and wait. What's this? No. You have to take care of the curly brackets and make sure that they are closed properly. That's what I'm making sure. This bracket belongs to this else, right? And this else has this if, and this bracket belongs to this if, so it's good, it's closed. This bracket belongs to this while, so that's good, it's all you know closed. No bracket is having, there may be some stray brackets, stray curly braces which do not have their other half, right? So they should not be there. We should manage that. And so here this statement will return, I mean, it will return an array, right? So I'm pretty sure that's how it is done, but if it's not, then we will see. Let me type the statement while fetch all PHP video. I think I can use it this way, so I don't need to put while here. Okay, so I have fetched all the rows from my statement in this row array. It is a multi-dimensional array now, and then I am iterating over this array, and in every iteration I will be accessing the result variable. The result variable will have one row at a time in each iteration, right? So in each loop the result variable will have one row at a time. So let me now uh, do this, and that is, first of all, I will have to store the user score from I guess here in the login command, but not in the login command, it will be bad, or we can do it in the login command itself, but then it will be very confusing, so let me not do that. I will simply copy this login command script statement, and again I will do this row is equal to $stmt fetch. Was that all? I guess, yeah, I think that was all. Fetch, and in the user score variable I will put the points, right? So that's good. Fetch only fetches one value, one row. We are getting one row from this statement, so we can just fetch one row and access the points variable in that row and store it in the user score, right? As user score is 0, but when we store something in it, it will become something, some other thing, right? And now we are again doing executing some other statement. We haven't yet executed it. Let me execute it here. We have not executed this also. Let me execute it here, and yeah, if stmt execute, if this is successful, then we will do that, right? And you can also put some message in your response variable. Success is equal to true, and message uh, I don't know, points retrieved. Okay, and if this is successful, then only we will do this thing, right? Here also we will have an if execute statement. If this is successful, then only we will execute, right? So an else here also, and one else here also. And what will we put in the else? We will put success is equal to false. Error occurred. Please try again. Let me copy this and paste it. So wherever, and here again we are preparing the statement and then executing it and fetching all the rows from the statement and then iterating over the rows. So now I want to compare, and I want to keep track of something also, and one more thing, from users where uh, points is greater than placeholder user score, and I will have to bind this placeholder to some variable, and the placeholder is user score, and the variable name is also user score. First we will fetch all the rows whose points are greater than our user's score, right? And then also we will uh, order by points uh, ascending, and these this statement will arrange the output in ascending order based on points, I guess. Let me run this statement and see what happens first. I mean order statement. This star from users, order by points ascending. I've run the script. Yeah. So the script is running. Let me wait for it to run. So yeah, it gave me something null. I think they thought that null is zero, and these two are below each other. So it's working. This command works, so it's correct. So we can do it this way. And now I guess I can simply keep a pointer here and call it counter here, call it counter is 0. This variable will keep track of how many uh, you know records we have fetched from the database and into the response variable. How many records we have fetched from the database and into the record response and put into the response variable, right? So we need only 2 records above the user score, 2 records below the user score. That's why we have this counter to keep track of how many we have stored, right? So we will get the list of users in ascending order of their points, and only those points will be in this list whose you know if they are whose score is greater than the user score, and this list may be empty. This can be empty. So if it will be empty, this this statement will not run. Simply, I hope it doesn't run. So we will see about that. And I think we should check if it is empty or not. Check if result is empty. MySQL PHP PDO. Check for empty result. I think I can do it this way, or maybe let's see if there is other ways. There are other ways. Row count. Yeah, row count is the statement. So before doing the for each and before even creating the array from the statement, let me first see if the row count of the statement is 0. If stmt arrow row count is greater than 0, then it will run these statements, right? And if not, then it will not run these statements. So that's very simple, we don't have to do anything else here. So let me indent it properly. And for each we simply have to take our response variable and we can first of all put something like you know uh, first person, I mean top username, and then okay, I think we should do it in descending order so that the maximum score is at the top. Top username, dollar row, dollar result, username, dollar response, top points, dollar result, points, dollar response, top profile picture is equal to dollar result, profile picture. But it should not be just top. I think I don't need the for each loop in this case. I can only first let me row 0, row 1, oh sorry, no, row 0 still, row 0, and then I will simply duplicate them. Second top, second top, I mean second person from the top, and not profile picture, actually username, and then points, and then profile picture, username, points, and then profile picture. And yeah, first so we don't need the counter variable also in this case, but we just keep it. So that will help us get the first two people whose points are greater than our player, right? Actually it should be ascending. That's good, it should be ascending because we want the closest point, not the farthest. That's good. And now we have executed this statement. If this was not executed, then this would have happened. And again we have to just copy this whole thing and paste it here, and here comments will help a lot. Fetching two users above the current users points, right? So that's good. And here fetching two users below the current users points, right? So that's good. And to fetch below, we can fetch those whose points are lower than our user and arrange them by descending order, right? So that should work. And in the response variable, instead of top, we will just say bottom username, and rest of the things can be same. That's good. Now we have fetched two users from the two users above our current user and two users below our current user, and successfully put that in our response variable. And in the end we can simply echo our response variable. Where will we echo it? Where did it go? I think our some brackets or some curly braces were extra. What is this one? If verified user. Okay, what is this one? This one else. What is this? If a statement executed. That is this one. Yeah. And this one is because of this, and this one is because of this, and this one because of that. Okay. And this one is this, and this is this, and this is that. Okay. And this is here, and this is there, and this one is if user verified, and this one is the empty or not. Yeah. Yeah, this. Okay. And this one is the post request checker. Yeah. Oh, that looks good. And here where we have checked empty or not, there we have to echo our statement. Null the database variable and echo the statement. Echo the variable, response variable, and just simply echo it. I think that should work. It's kind of complicated, looks like it, but it should work. Should work simply. And so without further ado, let's you know test this script out. First of all, I will have to push it to GitHub. So it is building. It built successfully. And in Postman again I will copy these this URL and create a new tab and simply put the name of my new script, which is fetch what? Local leaderboard. Fetch local leaderboard. Fetch local leaderboard. Okay, it's a post request body. We will just be sending username and password. Username should be figure1 and password is bunny password. Let's send it and hope for the best. Oh yeah, nothing was retrieved because this may have been empty. So somewhere we have to put greater than or equal to also. Equal to the user score. It can be our user itself, right? To exclude our user from this list, from this result, we will have to do this where points greater than this and user ID is not equal to, and I think not equal to written is written like this, but I will just write it like user ID is not equal to user username. You can write username not equal to placeholder username. We don't want our current users data in this set. So let me see what is not equal to in MySQL. Not equal MySQL not equal to operator, and you can use both of these, this one or this one. You can use both, so it's good. I have used this one, and now I have to bind the username placeholder to the username variable. I will just put it in this statement. So yeah, now that should give us some users whose values are equal, and they will be shown above us, right? So let me just, and here add game value fetching game value and local leaderboard fetching script. I'm waiting for the script to build properly. Not showing me. I will reload it. So it says it built just now. So let me fetch the send request to this script again. Even though it yeah, even though it gave me some warnings, it fetched some records, and we can see that the first one was figure 3, but the second one was nothing, it was null. We have to check that also, if the, I mean, if there is the second record is present or not, right? If there is one record, this statement will say yeah greater than 0, it can be 1 also, right? You can say that if it is greater than 0, or you can check if this is null or not. If $row1 is not equal to null, I wonder if that will work. If it is not null, then you fetch that, otherwise you don't fetch it, right? So that should be good. One more thing, we have to put one more thing in our response variable, and that is how many records were we able to fetch which were above the user, and how many were below the user. So top counter and bottom counter, how many uh, higher scoring higher scoring record higher score record we have fetched from the database, we have put into the response variable. Simply, this variable will keep track of how many higher score records we have put into the response variable, and that will be important when we will create the front end in our game. And this is the lower scoring, because this is top counter and bottom counter, and we will increase these counters as we will fetch the records. Wait, yeah, so if you have fetched this one, you can say that top counter plus plus, and then you in response you can put this top counter value in the response variable as well, top counter, right? And this is also top counter plus plus, and again the same statement here also. That should work, hopefully. And same thing for the bottom counter. You can just say bottom counter plus plus, and in the response variable bottom counter and bottom counter. Here also just copy this and paste it. That should work. mm, let's see, let me push the changes again. So it's building the scripts, and we will just wait. So it has built, and again we will go to Postman and send. This time you can see that we have retrieved the same figure 3, and this the points of figure 3 and his picture, and our top counter is 1, and we don't have a bottom counter at all, because there may be no one whose points are less than the points of figure 1. Let's see the database. Figure 1 has 4 points, and all these have null points. So let us put some points just to test whether it's working or not. Update game values, and here we have some points for some. Maybe I will put 5 for figure figure 4 figure 4 and figure 2, 3 for figure 4. Couldn't get any response, but yesterday the script was working. Yeah, updated successfully. And for figure 2 also, I will choose a higher value for figure 2. Yeah, so let me check if they were updated or not. Yeah, they were 3 4 4 5. And now I will fetch for figure 1, and I think I should do for one more figure, for one more user. No, it's okay. Let's see for this figure 1. I will fetch for figure 1, and these should come, right? Again, go back to this tab, and we are doing it for figure 1 itself, so let's send it. So yeah, we have received quite a few values. In top counter we have received 2 values, and in bottom counter we have received 1 value, which means that 2 people are above our score and 1 person is below. And that's exactly what it is. We are treating equal score as above, right? So that's good, that's okay. So 2 people, figure 4 and figure 3 above us, sorry, figure 3 and figure 2 are above us and figure 4 is below us. So that's what we have got in our message, also in our response. So our script is working well, right? This script is local leaderboard skill script. So a very important thing which you may have to keep in mind while writing any program in computers is the use of braces, curly braces and brackets, and take care of where they are opening, where they are ending, because if you misplace them, then it can uh, change the logic. It will introduce errors in the program, right? So that's very important, and when the program gets very big, then it becomes difficult to keep track of these brackets, but you still have to do that slowly, and in order to do that you have to understand the program also, right? So in the next video we will be writing our final 2 scripts, and these are a script to fetch the global leaderboard, that is the top 5 users in the world, and a script to remove the user's account, right? We'll do that in the next video. If you are enjoying this stream, join me in the next video as well. Thank you for watching.